Good morning, online students. For our science line, we will have respiratory system. Right, let me share my screen. Let me set up first. Tisha, can you see my shared screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's have respiratory system. Sir, why do we need to have respiratory system? In fact, we already have circulatory system. Let's take a look at this one. Okay. First, the human respiratory system. First, the respiratory system. And out of that, you'll be analyzing on what are the functions, okay, of the respiratory system. Please take down notes, your notebook, science notebook, put it down. Okay. The human respiratory system is a group of organs that provide oxygen to the cells in the human body. Organs. Okay. If an organ is actually grouped, it can actually create an organ system. So this is an organ. Organs working together. Isha, can you hear me? Isha,
Yeah,
welcome. Can you hear me?
yeah, sure.
Welcome. Okay. These are working together to perform a specific function. Okay. Oxygen is an essential that cells need to produce energy, which is used as fuel of cells. Likewise, the respiratory system helps expel carbon dioxide. Function of the respiratory system is to expel carbon dioxide and replace it with oxygen. Remember your two circulations we have in circulatory system. What are those? Okay, pulmonary, very good, Sean. Sean. Pulmonary and systemic. So this is actually in the pulmonary circulation. But how does our body cope up the expelling of carbon dioxide and replacing it with oxygen? That's the big question. Okay? Carbon dioxide, a byproduct of cellular respiration. Okay, this is a byproduct or waste product. Okay, cellular respiration is the process by which we take down notes chemical energy in food molecules such as fats and proteins is released and captured in the form of adenosine triphosphate. I would change the microphone. Okay. Are you familiar with ATP? You have this one in lower grade. ATP. Under cells. This is actually found in the mitochondria. Grade 7 lesson. Plant cell and animal cell organelles. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. This is the energy currency of the cell. I will include that one in your exam. Energy currency of the cell. And this is how our cell use. Okay, this is how our cell use energy. Okay, by in the form of adenosine triphosphate. We are breaking the hydrogen bonds in adenosine triphosphate. So in a one molecule of adenosine, three phosphates bonded with hydrogen bonds. That's ATP. Okay, let's move forward. The respiratory system also helps regulate the balance of acid and base in the body, okay, or in the tissues. This mechanism is crucial to the normal functioning of blood cells. Why? Remember, blood is also acid. Okay? One good example is your stomach. Okay, your stomach is highly acidic. Why? Because it needs to break down certain compounds. That's the main reason behind. And we need also base in our body, just like in your small intestine. Okay, it is highly basic so that it can neutralize the effect of acidity. Right? Moreover, the respiratory system helps protect the body against disease-causing microorganisms and harmful substances by cleaning the air passageways. Okay? Remember that respiratory system is an entrance going to your lungs. The actual exchange of gases happens in the lungs. This is why the air that should enter in your lungs should be clean, or else you will have certain diseases. Like, for example, tuberculosis. Okay, it's airborne.
Keisha, can you hear me? Keisha?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, was you kind of cut off a while ago.
Air enters the body through the nose, is structure made of bones, cartilage, muscles, and skin in front of the nasal cavity. This is your nasal cavity, this is your nose. Okay? It is actually composed of the bone, okay, in your front skull, and of course, our cartilage. These are cartilage. Okay? It should be cartilage simply because it needs to expand, depending upon the need of the body. Okay? The nose consists of nostrils, which surface are lined with small hair, okay, which help the nasal cavity screen harmful contaminants such as dust, pathogens, pollen, and other particles before they reach the lungs. Okay, the hair in your nose act as a barrier, act as a strainer before the air can actually go to your lungs. Or else, if we don't have hair in our nose, tendency we can actually what? Absorb directly pollen grains, pathogens, bacteria, and virus directly. Okay, that's the purpose why we have hair in our nose. That's the main purpose. Your nose also will warm the air before going to the lungs. Have you observed that one? When you stay in an in your air conditioned room, okay, and you have 17 or 16 degrees Celsius in your room, and when you stay longer there, you try to observe your nose, okay, it will ache actually. Why? Because it always and always makes the air warm there before entering the lungs. Okay, that's the main function. The nasal cavity is a hollow space located above and behind the nose. The nasal cavity primarily function to purify, moisten, okay, and warm the air entering the body before it reaches the lungs. Right? The walls of the nasal cavity are lined with a protective mucous membrane. Mucosa membrane or mucous membrane are the one responsible, okay, in the production of mucus. Are you familiar with mucus? Are you familiar with mucus? Okay, in vernacular, it's sipon. Okay, that's mucus, right? That's in vernacular. So mucus is one of our response to certain conditions. It is also important. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, mucous membrane composed primarily of closely packed cells known as the epithelial cells. Okay, your epithelial cells are actually on the walls of your nasal cavity. See, there are a lot of terminologies there that we need to take down. Okay. I learned this one when I was still in grade 6. Isha, please take down notes also. Isha. Isha, can you hear me? Move forward. Each of these cells contain hair-like extension known as cilia. Okay, remember the cilia and flagellum. Okay, the organs for locomotion. Cilia, which along with the mucus secreted to the cells, help purify air and harmful contaminants. Likewise, the nasal cavity contains sensory cells, which are involved in the sense of smell and help detect harmful substances. Okay, when we detect harmful substances through our nostrils or nasal cavity, Okay? It activates our body that it is harmful. That is also one of our what? One of our defense. Okay? Oral cavity. Let's have oral cavity. Do you have questions with the nose? Questions? Okay, let's have oral cavity. This is also known as mouth. Okay? Sure. Is mouth connected to our nose? The answer is yes. Okay. Your mouth is connected to your nose. Okay. When you are bedridden, have you observed a person bedridden that they need to feed in a tube? Have you observed that one? Huh? Okay. The tube that they actually use is called NGT. Okay. Nasogastric tube. Okay. Naso means nose, gastro, rather nasogastric tube. The gastro there or gastric there is your digestive system or your mouth. And it's the tube that directly connects to your stomach. And it will pass to your mouth. From the nose to your mouth. Okay? Also known as mouth, may be used to replace the function of nasal cavity when needed. So if your nose plugged, okay, you tend to open your mouth to breathe, correct? Am I correct? Okay, because again, your nose and your mouth are actually connected. However, the mouth does not warm and moisten the air entering the lungs. Okay? Also, the mouth lacks hair and protective mucus that purify air passing through the nasal cavity. So there is still possibility that you can actually absorb foreign substances or bacteria in the process. Okay? Are you done? Please take down important details. If we have a lot of terminologies in circulatory system, well, therefore, in respiratory system, we have also a lot of terminologies there. We done? Okay. If you're going to observe your mouth, okay, and your nasal cavity, they're actually connected to pharynx, epicnetis, and larynx. Okay. Let's have pharynx. What is the function of your pharynx? Pharynx is also known as throat. This is throat. It's a cone-shaped muscular passage of about 13 centimeters, that's 5 inches, long and located behind the nasal and oral cavities. The pharynx serves both respiratory and digestive function. Okay? Conducting air from the nasal cavity to the larynx, receiving food from the mouth, allowing it to pass through the esophagus. Okay? This is your throat. Good one. Pharynx consists of three main regions. Okay, these are the regions of the pharynx. It will also come out in the exam. Okay, the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, okay, and the laryngopharynx. The nasopharynx is located behind the nasal cavity that connects nose and mouth. It's the nasal, okay, pharynx, where your nasogastric tube will pass through in GT. Okay. The adenoid, also known as nasopharyngeal tonsils, nasopharyngeal tonsils are found in the side walls of upper nasopharynx. Actually, some of them are in the book, but most of them are not in the book. You check your book, some of them are not in your book. It is in the LMS, you can actually download it. Okay, but again, once you already have the copy, you tend not to read it, correct? You just download it. Okay. Again, nasopharyngeal tonsils are found in the side walls of upper nasopharynx. This mass of lymphoid tissues produce lymphocytes or white blood cells, which react in invading disease-causing microorganisms such as bacteria and other parasites. So that's the purpose of your tonsils. And the disease is tonsillitis. So why do you have tonsillitis? Simply because there are some foreign organisms or foreign body invading in that certain area. That's the main reason behind. So tonsillitis are our body's reaction against foreign disease or bacteria. Kalina, can you still hear? Kisha, can you still hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, your tonsils act as a defense again against foreign body. Okay. When you have tonsillitis, it means to say that your body is reacting against a foreign organism or bacteria or virus. That's the main reason behind. Okay. How do we study science? Take down important videos. Take down the terminologies. That's how I study. Again, I have this lesson when I was still in grade 6. This is a grade 6 lesson, by the way. Since you are in grade 9, okay, we need to identify some of the terminologies used. Okay, this is your nasal cavity. Okay, your nasopharynx is in here. Okay, your oropharynx is in here. Okay, remember you're in GT. Okay, nasogastric tube. Okay, your nasogastric tube will pass through here. Okay, and here. Okay, nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. Okay. Right. Do you have any questions so far? Question? If in the hospitals, as you can observe, okay, they call it in vernacular as gitubuhan, tubo. Okay. They insert a tube here from your mouth. If this is your oral cavity, okay, they insert a tube in your mouth, okay, from the oral pharynx down to epiglottis and going to your lungs. Trachea and going to your lungs. Okay? Why? Because you find it hard to breathe. The function of the tube there, okay, is for breathing. To what? To give oxygen on. That's the function. So it will pass through this from the laryngo going to your trachea. The nasal pharynx connects the oral pharynx by means of a passage known as isthmus. Okay, the isthmus is the passage, okay, that connects nasal pharynx to going to your other organs. The oral pharynx extends from behind the oral cavity down to the throat to the epiglottis. Okay, let's take a look at what is epiglottis. Epiglottis is a plug tissue that acts as switch between trachea and esophagus. Okay, trachea is going to your lungs. Trachea, again, trachea is going to your lungs. Esophagus is going to your stomach. So it's a switch. This is the main reason why when you drink water, okay, when you intake water, when you intake water, you tend to stop breathing. Have you observed that one? But when you drink water, you tend to stop breathing. Why? Because again, the epiglottis is working on it. Since you're drinking water, it flaps going to your esophagus. Okay? So when you breathe, okay, when you eat, it is usually going to the esophagus. Okay? Since the pharynx is unused to swallow food, the epiglottis ensure the passage that it passes into the trachea by covering the opening of the esophagus. Okay, the epiglottis, which attach the front above superior of the larynx, above the larynx, okay, prevent food and fluids from entering the passageway, a condition that causes choking. Okay, this is usually what makes a stroke. Choking, tukan. Okay, in vernacular, it's the tukan, choke. Okay, because the passage of air is actually blocked. Choking. So the condition, whenever you are actually having choking, is that it covers the entrance of air going to the lungs. That is why they find this patient really hard to breathe. And eventually it can cause death if not treated. Okay? Again, the epiglottis act as a switch. Okay? This is the switch between trachea and esophagus. Larynx. What's in the larynx? Okay? Larynx is also known as the voice box. Okay? The voice box. It is a hollow tube. It's about 5 centimeters or 2 inches. 5 centimeters or 2 inches long and located on the neck of the esophagus. It's actually on the neck of the esophagus and trachea. Okay? The organ is made up of an external skeleton of cartilage plate supported by membranes and muscle fibers. This is the main reason why we can actually create sound because of this larynx. Okay. The interior cell of plate is called thyroid cartilage, which contains central ridge and elevation known as Adam's apple. One. This is the main reason why we can actually create sound through vibration. It actually vibrates. Okay. Again, your larynx is also known as voice box. Are you done? Did you surrender all your phones? Did you surrender all your phones? Illustrate. This is your larynx. Okay. Trachea is going to your stomach. The epiglottis is in here. So this is the switch between trachea and your esophagus. Okay. Thyroid cartilage and laryngeal muscles. This is your Adam's apple. The thyroid cartilage. Your thyroid gland is in here. Okay. The primary function of the larynx is to transport air from the pharynx to the trachea during breathing. Okay. Likewise, the larynx produces vocal sounds, hence the name voice box. From air from the lungs passes through the vocal cords, and the audible sound produced by vibration in the vocal cords are then modified by tongue, palate, okay, palate, and lips, okay, to produce speech. Let's move now to trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. We already have done with larynx, pharynx, mouth, nose. Let's take a look at trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. What are those? Okay. Air passes through the larynx to the trachea, a tube that is about 12 to 15 centimeters or 5 to 6 inches long and located below the larynx. The trachea is made up to 15 to 20 C-shaped cartilage rings. These are cartilage rings that hold the trachea open, allowing air to pass freely. Okay. Base of the trachea or trachea branches into left and right bronchi. Okay, bronchi is plural, bronchus singular. Okay, delivering air to the left and right lung. Okay, respectively. In the lungs, the bronchi branches into smaller tubes called bronchioles. So the smaller tubes of bronchi or bronchus are called bronchioles. The bronchioles now deliver air from the bronchi to alveoli. They also control the amount of air entering the lungs by constricting or dilating. Constrict, dilate. Okay, constricting and dilating. So this is how we control air in our lungs. That's how we inhale and exhale. Okay. So this is your larynx. Take a look at larynx. Okay. This is your trachea. Okay. This is your bronchi. Two bronchi or bronchus. Singular bronchus. Okay. Left and right main bronchus. Okay. This is your what? The smaller bronchus is called bronchioles. These are the bronchioles. Okay. And alveoli is actually on the tips of these bronchioles. These are the alveoli. This is where oxygen attached to. Okay. Attach oxygen and collect a. This is also the region of the actual exchange of gases. That's how complicated our body is. Okay. But if you're going to analyze the system, okay, God already created this just like a machine. Okay, it is just like a machine. This is progressing mechanism. Our circulatory system is for what? It's for circulation. Okay. Our circulatory system supplies blood. It's the main oil in the body if it is in engines or machines, correct? Okay. The heart there, okay, our heart functions as your oil pump or your oil pump on cars. So again, our body looks like a machine. It is engineered by God to be this in order for us to survive. Without this, take note, without this, we will eventually die. Okay? If you remove one of your lungs, you will eventually die. Or if you are stabbed, and either left or right lung is damaged, you will eventually die. Still the same. Because again, it gives oxygen. Okay? The bronchioles are divided into lobular bronchioles, terminal bronchioles.